Hello everybody, this is Repeat Ron, and today we're going to be doing a new list for Puzzles & Dragons. This has been requested by you guys specifically. This is going to be a series of videos that I do talking about the top 10 free subs of each attribute. Originally I was asked to do a list talking about the best subs regardless of difficulty that were free in Puzzles & Dragons, and people were also requesting more of a monotyping for each color. The main problem with that is that there's a lot of subs that may be fire or water or wood or any other typing that may not work on a mono team specifically, but may work on many other teams like rainbow teams, combo teams, etc. So that's why I thought I would break this up into the top 10 free leads for each element. So today we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 free fire subs. A note before we get into this video is that these subs do not necessarily reflect how good they are based on whatever rating they are. These are just the top 10. So they could be very good for different teams or very good for all teams, and it's going to very much depend on what you already have as to how good they actually are. So let's get started. At number 10, we have Pixel Fire Dragon Tyrannos. Tyrannos is a really good sub. He has overall pretty good stats, a good amount of awokens that aren't necessarily geared towards a fire-specific team, but are geared towards any team comp in particular. In my opinion, he makes a better leader than a sub, but he is still a very strong sub, and that's why he's on this list. At number 9, we have Pixel Empress of Serpents Echidna. Echidna is extremely easy to get, as you can get a Naga very early on into the game. Her active skill is by far her biggest strength, giving utility to any team, and her high RCV allows you to refill your health very quickly. Echidna is not only based for a mono fire team, she could also be used for a combo or a rainbow team, or really any team that needs that delay in it. At number 8, we have Almighty Awoken Zeus Vulcan. Zeus Vulcan has pretty good stats overall, as well as his awokens are great. His active skill can also be used fairly effectively in most fire teams, but it could also be used in other teams like rainbow teams or combo teams, as it does provide utility for them, but he is mostly based for a fire team. At number 7, we have Demon Leader Shootin' Doji. Shootin' Doji has pretty good stats overall, good awokens, and a good active skill for fire and dark teams. So he's mostly used on a mono fire or a mono dark team. He could have some effect on a rainbow team that's using a primary element of either fire or dark, but mostly he's going to be used on mono fire or mono dark teams. At number 6, we have Guardian Deity of the Sky City, Athena Helios. Athena Helios has massive stats, as well as amazing awokens. She doesn't necessarily need to be on a mono fire team. She could really be used on any team that just needs a big hitting monster. Her active skill does lean more towards a fire or a light team, but like I said, her massive stats, her really good awokens, really can fit with any team that just needs something big that can hit really hard. Number 5, we have Broad-Minded Hell Demon Scarlet. Scarlet is on here mostly because of the Scarlet system. For those of you who don't know what the Scarlet system is, it's filling your team sub pool with only Scarlets, having your leader be something else, and then nothing but Scarlets in there. The best way to do this is to have all the Scarlets max skilled, as then it allows them to constantly cycle each other's skills, getting a lot of fire orbs on the board. So every single turn you can use one of their abilities and it'll charge the next one. And then again for the next turn, and then again for the next turn, and so on and so forth through the dungeon until you get to the end where you can just spam them all and get a large board of fire orbs. At number 4, we have Crazy Archangel of Foresight, Kamel, or maybe it's Kamel, I'm really not sure. Kamel has great awokens and a great active skill. He's mostly used for either a fire mono team or a wood mono team. He could potentially be used in combo teams, as well as his active skill could potentially be used for one big heavy hit there if, again, you're going with more of primary wood or primary fire, similar to the way that I explained Shootin' Doji's active skill. At number 3, we have Lightning Sky Stubborn Dragon King Gainot. Gainot has overall pretty good stats, great awokens, and has a very, very useful skill for rainbow teams, which is what I would mostly recommend him be on for a team. He's one of the reasons why I made this as the top 10 fire subs, and not the top 10 mono fire subs. Because as a mono fire sub, he's actually not that great, but for a rainbow team that needs something that's fire on it, he is a great addition to that sort of team. At number 2, we have Violent Dragon Lord of Tyranny, Val 10. Val 10 has really high stats as well as really good awokens for a fire mono team. His active skill can be debatable as to how good it is. Most of the time you won't use it though, even though it's on a low cooldown. You'll likely have a better leader skill up than the one that he provides, so he's mostly used as a sub with high stats and good awokens. And then before we get to number 1 of the best free fire subs, I'd like to talk about some honorable mentions. The first honorable mention is Reincarnated Burning Phoenix Knight Hanamura. Hanamura is extremely easy to get and can fit a lot of fire teams very easily. However, sometimes he gets outshined by other free fire subs, so that's why he didn't quite make the list. The second honorable mention is Gigas the Great. Gigas the Great is just a big stat stick, something that has pretty decent attack and really high HP to just throw on a team that maybe needs more tankiness, and his active skill is on a low cooldown and can be used pretty frequently. The third honorable mention is Great Scorching Heat Korona Gokami, I think is how you say it. Overall, this guy is really easy to get and has a pretty good active skill as well as decent awokens. Once again though, he just kind of gets outshined by some of the other subs. The fourth honorable mention is War Machine King Liberty Geist. Geist is pretty strong as well as having a decent active and decent awokens. He just kind of gets outshined by some of the other fire subs. And then the final honorable mention goes to Awoken Dancing Queen Hera Hera can have a very strong active skill as well as pretty good awoken skills and pretty decent stats. She just didn't quite make the list because, once again, she just kind of got outshined by the other subs. So now for number 1, we have Awoken Mechanical Gomon. Machine Gomon has really high stats, really good awokens, and a great active for fire mono teams. He can be used on other teams like machine teams or potentially combo teams, but mostly he's going to stick to a fire mono team, and he is extremely strong at that. He can be difficult to get, but he is definitely worth it. So this brings me to the end of my top 10 free fire subs guide in Puzzles & Dragons. Next up, we're going to be doing the top 10 free water subs. If you guys think that I missed anything, be sure to leave that in the comments below, as well as tell me what your top 10 free fire subs are. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys have been having a good day, keep on having a good day. If you guys have been having a bad day, well, I hope this video made your day just a little bit better. I'll have to see all of you guys next time. Till then, stay cool, and bye.